We're obviously here to give, or here to pour into other people, but we're also here to receive. And this concept has probably changed my life more than any other concept, and I'm going to do my best to share it with you. And hopefully, if you keep your mind open, you can generate a new arm to your business that could perhaps add another 6 figures a month, let's say. Okay? So for some context, 6 years ago, I was a solo entrepreneur. It was just me, myself, and I. I was doing everything. I was sitting on my back deck, and I didn't have a lead to speak of. And honestly, I was just kind of pouting, to be honest. My wife came out, kind of chewed me out a little bit, and was like, "You need to go out and make some money. What are you doing?" And I was like, "Okay." She's kind of laid down the gauntlet. I have to respond. So I just kind of started flicking through Zillow a little bit. Didn't have any idea what I was doing, but was just looking for an opportunity. On the Zillow screen, I saw a little red dot, and it said pre-foreclosure, and that house happened to be about a half mile from where I was sitting. So, because I didn't have anything else to do, I walked over to that house. I was really nervous. I didn't even know about pre-foreclosures at that point. I had no idea how to have a conversation with that person, and I just went and took action. So I went up there, I knocked on the door, simply said, "Hey, my name is Michael. I noticed you had a foreclosure sale next week. I just wanted to drop by and see how I could help." It just seemed like the natural thing to say. I expected him to slam the door. I expected him to just shoo me away. Well, he poured out his soul to me, and by the next day, I had a contract and assigned it for 50 grand. So all of a sudden, I had nothing. I found a lead. And within 24 hours, I had generated a $50,000 opportunity. And for the last 6 years, I've been refining this more and more. It's kind of my passion topic, and a lot of people around the country have been successful with it. Okay? So we're going to get started. Over the last 6 years, I've been doing this. This deal source has been averaging about $25,000 a deal for me. During that time, we've never had less than 1 deal a week from that source, and now we're averaging 2, 3, 4 deals a week from this source, okay? So for some basic math, I used to be a math teacher, so all you guys can do this. If you're able to get 1 deal a week, which for our company is extremely conservative, and I believe if you put a really good rep on this, that you guys could generate 1 deal a week, and at 25 grand a pop, that gives you $1.3 million a year, okay? So this is definitely something to look into. It's not easy, and it takes effort, but so do all deals, okay? So I'm from Kansas City, and it's the show me state. We're kind of the people that we're only as good as what we've done lately. So just for you guys, this is what my team pulled in last week in terms of pre-foreclosures. Okay, this first house was a door knock. Right when the data came out from our VAs, one of my acquisition guys went and door knocked the house. The guy's wife had passed away. He wanted to sell right away. He had just gotten home from his job overnight and wanted to go to sleep right then, but we set up an appointment for a few days later, locked that up. This was a really quick $35,000 assignment. Hey, this house was in the thriving metropolis of Leeton, Missouri, which is like 45 minutes outside of Kansas City. This one of my team members sent a Facebook message to the seller, couldn't get a hold of them. And we're gonna go through some of these marketing strategies here in a minute. Okay? But we sent a Facebook message. She immediately responded, set up an appointment, $25,000 assignment. I'm just trying to give you some proof of concept here. This one was actually interesting. This hasn't happened very many times, but I post a lot of stuff on social media about this topic, YouTube channel, the whole thing, try to give back to as many people as I can. And this deal came to me from a local guy in Kansas City that had watched my content and started taking action on it. He got to this person a few days before the auction, did not have the resources to do it himself. He brought me in, assigned me the deal. We took it down, and we'll probably make $30,000 or $40,000 on a flip. Okay? So what are we going to talk about today? Okay, first, the biggest question I get, and perhaps the biggest barrier to entry, is having really good data. Whoever has the best data wins. So we'll go over a brief framework on how to get that data. Okay. Second thing, we'll talk about marketing. How do we market to these people? Where are the high leverage opportunities? How can you give your acquisition people the best chance of not only helping out these sellers, but making money for themselves and their family? Okay, third thing, sales. It's a little bit different sales process. And I'm also going to talk about what I expect from my team. Okay? So biggest question I get on social media is, how do I find the data? Where do I get it? Do I go to Foreclosures Daily? Do I go to Property Radar? Do I get it from wherever? Okay? The best way to do it is to go straight to the source. Okay? Every state requires, in these situations, for the attorneys to post some type of notice. Okay? The central location for all this information is usalegalnotices.com. Okay? I've linked it on there for the future. You can go on there and poke around on it. But on that site, it has all 50 states and the site that they post these notices on. Okay? I chose California for where we're at the moment. Okay? And on there, all you simply have to do is go find the notices, select a term, perhaps pre-foreclosure, perhaps trustee sale, perhaps sheriff sale. Okay? Once you use those keywords, you're going to come up with all kinds of listings. In each one of these listings, depending on the state, they'll give you some variation of address, perhaps a legal description, first and last name, auction date, all this different information that you're going to need to enable your acquisitions guy to be successful. Okay? Now, obviously, anyone in this room should not be doing this process. You should be outsourcing this. At the beginning, I was doing it all on my own, spending a bunch of time and effort to do this. It's a $10 hour activity. I'd rather be doing $1,000, $10,000 an hour activity. And same should be the case for everyone in here. Okay, so you're simply going to document your process. Show your team where you find that data. You should go ahead and make a video on how to gather that data. Okay, and provide a template to your virtual assistant or whoever on your team is doing this for you, and show them how to organize it. I've linked this here as a template example for you. So if you want to go back and look at kind of how to structure it in a way that's beneficial to you, that could be really helpful for you. Okay? And then at that time, I have my VA or whoever send an email to all of our acquisition guys with all of the new data every day. And then lastly, we upload that list into our CRM. I've worked a lot with Stephanie Betters and Left Main, and we're not just operating off of Google Drive. We're really using the power of Left Main and really trying to automate a lot of this stuff. Okay, so I'm happy to have a conversation on the side and how all that works. Okay, how do we market? Who likes to listen to Ormozzi's stuff? Alex Ormozzi. Okay, he said an interesting thing in one of his podcasts a while back. He said it's remarkable in the different ways that he can put out content, how evenly people listen to things or consume it. So he said, these numbers are probably not exact, but he noticed that about a quarter read the book. A quarter read the digital book. A quarter of people listened to the book, and a quarter of people listened to the short course that he has. Okay? The same thing is true with the people that we're marketing to. They will respond in different ways to different mediums. Okay, so we call, we text, we door knock, we Facebook message, we direct mail, we email, and we send personalized video. There's going to be some people that don't resonate with each one, so we have to hit each one in the way that makes sense for them. Okay, so first one, cold call and SMS. We're just briefly going to touch on these. And here's kind of the framework for every type of outreach. You don't have to overthink what you're going to say. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't need a perfect script. But here's kind of the general outline. Introduce yourself. Hey, my name is Michael. Go ahead and acknowledge the issue at hand. Hey, I noticed that your lender was giving you grief. I saw that you had a foreclosure sale 123 Main Street next Thursday. And lastly, you're there to help. Okay, so again, introduce yourself, acknowledge the situation, tell them that you're there to help. Okay, so cold call, you're obviously getting this data, you're skip tracing it, you're giving these people a call. If they happen to answer, great. Go through the sales process, which we'll talk about here in a minute. I have linked a YouTube video I did. It's about 56 minutes of cold calling. I think I set up an appointment or two on there. So if you're interested in this way of getting deals, feel free to look at that, have your acquisitions people watch it. Might be helpful. Okay? So cold call only goes so far, and it's one of the easiest ways to do things. People are getting barraged every day with 50,000 spam calls. I don't know how your phone looks, but it drives me insane having a unknown number all the time. So people aren't necessarily going to answer every time. So shoot them a text. Okay? Same type of messaging. Again, you don't have to worry about how perfect your messaging is. You're just doing the amount of marketing activities that generates a result. Okay? Door knocking. Door knocking is my baby. I love doing it even to this day. Now I'm kind of more in the leader role. I'm not out there doing acquisitions. I have people doing it for me. Okay? But one of the best ways you can get to a deal quick is going and knocking on the door, because hopefully you'll get to talk to the seller. If not, you'll see if the property is vacant, what type of condition it's in, and perhaps you can speak to a neighbor and get information that way. Okay? Something we've done in the last 2 years or so is we've implemented in Salesforce a Maps application to where every day when this data is uploaded, it simply automatically goes into Maps application. You get all the information within there. That way when your acquisition guy's going to the front door, they know as much about this person as they physically can. They're not blind. They know their name, they know the attorney, they know how much equity they have, they know when the auction is. That way you can have a better conversation and be more helpful. Okay? You can also keep track of how many knocks you have in terms of your KPIs and such. It just helps them be more effective in the field. Okay? And down there you'll see another video. I went out and door knocked a while back and actually locked up a deal from that in this video. So again, if you want to go back and try to learn something at a little bit higher level, that could be really helpful for you. Okay, Facebook messages. Where do people stop? They cold call, they text, and then they door knock. There's not a whole lot of effort after that, but as we learned from the Hormozi thing, not everyone responds from that. So this particular Facebook message here actually made me about $75,000. All it says is, Brian, sorry for the random message. I'm trying to get a hold of Angie. Her house is foreclosing in 2 days. She has a good bit of equity. I can help. Okay? I went out and locked up this deal, made me $75,000, but here's a simple framework. Find someone in your data that you're not able to locate, find a Facebook profile. When you get there, you're automatically going to go ahead and friend that person, send them a direct message, and perhaps like a few of their posts and send them a little notification that you've sent them a direct message. Okay? This is a simple thing that you could have anyone on your team or a VA do, and it's a high leverage task. As I showed you in those first few slides, we locked up a deal that made 25 grand just from sending a Facebook message. So your goal is to be where other people are not, and a lot of people aren't in other people's DMs. So it's a good opportunity for you. Okay, direct mail. This one has been the one that's a biggest pain in the butt out there because there wasn't a direct mail service that could send things on a timeline. So we've had a lady in-house that's done it for years, but we've currently are using a company called lob.com. They're a company that's enabled us to get mail faster, so that might be a company you look into to automate direct mail. Or on Salesforce, there's different applications that integrate in there pretty seamlessly. I'm sure your guys' CRM does the same. Okay? We try to send, in our state, 3 different pieces of direct mail in that amount of time. We have a 21-day foreclosure period. Your state may be a little different, so you'd have to adjust that for your situation. Okay, email. Simply overlooked. Guys, you can just put these on a drip, have it send out 3 or 4 emails. We pull a couple deals a month out of just sending emails. I don't have to think about it. They respond. We simply go out there and set the appointment, and then you have it. This one is particularly powerful. Let's say everyone did all the stuff so far. It's not overly personal except for door knocking. Now, video messages can be extremely powerful. Now, in the past, you kind of had to send a message through your phone, and you have to do it one at a time, over and over and over, and it gets a little bit much sometimes. But it helps you stand out. It could be a 30-second thing. Hey, my name is Michael. I noticed you had a foreclosure sale coming up. I'm sure you're getting hit up by all kinds of people, and I hope you have it taken care of. But I just wanted to reach out, see how I could help, and that's about it. Okay, it's just a little bit of a personal approach. If you wanted to kind of take the technology to the next level, there's a couple of different companies. I didn't put them on here, but you can write them down. GAN.ai and Tavis.io. These are two companies that allow you to produce personalized videos at scale. So you simply have to go through there, go through a script, kind of say what your video wants you to say, and then you can have different fields change. So it could say, hey, Eric, or hey, Leon, or whatever it is, and you could also put their street address. That way you can automate some of that process and make sure it gets done for your team. Okay, so where are the high leverage opportunities? Hey, I've done probably between 300 and 400 of these at this point, and this is what it's come down to. People take action in one of two spots. It's either right when the notice of default comes out, so you have someone that's responsible. They've been good with their finances, but something's happened in their life. Maybe they got sick, something happened. Okay? Some of those people want to act right away. So it's important to have speed to lead with this data. When it comes out, you need to have someone out there laying eyes on the house, talking to the seller. Okay, second most prevalent spot to get a deal is the last 14 days before foreclosure sale. People have looked through all their options, things are failing, maybe they procrastinate, and this is the period of time where you can shine. Okay, the third thing is vacant properties. Hey, you're going to go out here and you're going to look at these properties, and some of them are going to be vacant. A lot of times people will make a note, but then they don't actually, follow through the process. So below, I have put a vacant process that you could put into your company. It just really helps you deep research these folks and find the unfindable. If you do the work that everyone else isn't willing to do, you're going to be able to buy houses at a discount no one else can. Okay, sales process, it's a little bit different. I'm just going to kind of skim over it. Instead of being an investor showing up to these houses, you're going to position yourself as the trusted advisor. You're there to serve, you're being selfless, and you're simply walking them through a process. Who's seen the movie Inception? Have you seen the movie Inception? Okay. In that movie, they're basically trying to plant an idea in someone else's head without that person knowing. And this is what you're doing here. You're kind of walking them through a process, and you're trying to plant the idea in there that you would like them to sell for cash or sell sub 2, but you're not forcing it. So you're walking them through each one of these things: reinstatement, loan modification, bankruptcy, cash sale, and sub 2. And you're asking prodding questions that allows them on their own to disqualify themselves from that option or qualify themselves from that option. Okay? And if you go watch some of my YouTube videos, there's full 20, 30-minute videos on this process and what that conversation looks like. So feel free to check that out. Okay? What I expect of my team. I have 2 full-time guys on this. I'm actually hiring a third. Here's what their KPIs are. I expect each one of them to knock 50 doors a week. I expect them to set up 5 appointments. What defines an appointment? You could have a really good conversation at a door. You could have a really good conversation on the phone, perhaps through Facebook messaging or whatever it might be. But anytime you're walking them through the sales process, that counts as an appointment. Okay? I expect them to do 2 hours of daily prospecting that's not door knocking. So they might be researching a vacant house, cold calling, sending Facebook messages. I require them to do that. And they have a minimum KPI of 1 contract per week per rep. Okay? So how do you go from 0 to 1? Because this is kind of a lot. I'm trying to fill you in as much as I can in 20 minutes. But make that decision to do an alternate form of marketing. We're all really good at doing PPC and direct mail and TV and things like that, which I still do in my company. But this is another arm that you could implement into your company, hire someone to take this on, and maybe you get a few deals a month from it. Okay, so set up those data systems, create marketing pieces, hire an acquisition agent to do this for you, establish KPIs. I love helping people get going in this topic. So if you're interested and you kind of need to get started, you just want some tips, I'm more than happy to answer you. So send me a message on Instagram, Michael_Frankie, and more than happy to point you in the right direction. So, thank you.